Today I would like to show you the game from 2021 game between Anish Giri and Magnus Carlsen. It's a blitz game and play on the chess.com platform, and Carlsen was black and he showed us how 3 pieces can be better than the queen. He sacrificed the queen early on and win the game. So let's see this game. Anish Giri was white and he opened the game with e4. Magnus Carlsen played c5, the Sicilian defense. We have knight to f3, knight to c6, the old Sicilian. Then we have bishop to b5, the Rossolimo variation. e6 from the black, short castle from Giri, and we have knight g to e7. If Giri take this knight, then we're gonna recapture with our own knight, and we are not gonna mess our pawn structure. We have the d4 open up the center, cd4, and we have knight to d4. Carlsen plays queen to b6, and Giri plays the rare move, bishop to e6, e3. He pins this queen, but it is dangerous move if you don't know what you're doing. I will show you what I mean. Carlsen here plays knight to d4, and if Giri recaptured this knight, he would lose this bishop. So he must first protect this bishop and use this pin. For example, Carlsen can play e5, but then Giri will play c3 and recapture this knight. But Carlsen have different plans. He recaptured this bishop and he leave his queen hanging, and Giri take this queen. Actually, the computer gives question mark here because it is objectively a blunder, but in the blitz matches it is tough to play. So Giri take this queen. We have a b6, and here Giri would like to take this knight, but it is pinned to the rook, so he cannot do that. And here computers give fast attack to tempo to this knight, and after knight goes back, something like this with the knight maneuver, and attack this weak dark squares. And if Carlsen can consolidate, and he have 3 pieces for the queen, and if he can consolidate, he would prove that 3 pieces are better than the queen. Let's see how he do that. Giri plays knight to d2. Like we said, it is a slight mistake by the lead chess analysis, and we have knight to d6. Carlsen goes back. We have e5 gaining the space in the center. We have knight to f5, and we have knight to e4, which is inaccuracy by computers again. Computer gives this move here with the knight to attack this again, this weak dark squares, but never mind. And here Carlsen plays knight to c6. We have g4 attack this knight. We have knight to h4 and f4 for Giri. Carlsen plays h5. He don't wanna short castle, he wanna open up this rook, and we have h3. We have exchange on g4, and now Carlsen sacrificed the pawn. He plays d5, and now Giri can play en passant, and Carlsen plays this because he wanna open up this bishop. His bishop is not in the use, so he must open up, give some pawns to activate his bishop. His plan is to go here and here with the rook and take this pawn. Magnus plays rook to a5 as planned, with the plan to attack this queen and pick up this pawn. So Giri stops it with c4. We have f5 by Carlsen, and we have b4 for Giri. He wants to open up the b file with the sacrifice to attack, and Carlsen of course accepts it. Then we have d7 again to open up the lines. Bishop to d7, knight to d6 check, and we have exchange on d6. And like you see, Carlsen cannot castle because this bishop is hanging. He attacked this knight, he attacked this pawn, and he threatened to give this check. And one move solves all these problems, which is knight to c6. We have rook a to d1, which analysis gives the blunder, because the better move here was to play queen to c7 and then rook to the d1, because you attack this to pawn and you put pressure here. But instead we have rook a to d1, and we have bishop to c8 only move because this bishop was attacked, and there is no entry points for the queen to give check. So we have g5, we have knight to g6, rook to f2. He can exchange rooks here or potential attack to this file. So we have king to f7, and Carlsen plan is very simple. He want to put his king to f7. He want put knight here, open up this pawn, and his king surrounded his king with the pieces. So we have queen to c7 check. We have knight to e7, and we have exchange rooks on the d8. And now if Carlsen can liquidate these 2 pawns for these 2 pawns, he would have winning position. So we have rook to a4, and Giri plays queen to c7, because if he take this pawn he would lose this pawn. And Carlsen plays e5, temporarily sacrificing the pawn, and after rook to a6, this pawn is attacked 2 times. So Giri take this b7 pawn, Carlsen take this c4 pawn. We have queen to b6, and we have knight to e5, and here only Carlsen can be better. He have these 2 pawns, his king is completely safe, and there is no need to move this king for the rest of the game. We have rook to a2, and now we're gonna see how Carlsen put his 3 pieces against the queen. So we have rook to c6, we have a queen to e3, attacking this knight. Knight goes back to g6, king to h2, and now we have bishop to c4 attacking this rook. Rook goes to the b2, rook to e6, and queen to f3, rook to e4, and we have rook to b7. And actually Giri set a little trap here, because he can take this pawn because of the pin, and actually he gonna win this rook also. But of course Carlsen sees that, and he plays bishop to e6, and Giri plays king to g1, and now Carlsen plays rook to g4, and after king to h2 he pick up the last pawn, Giri's last pawn. And now we're gonna see how he gonna roll this pawn to the promotion. We have rook to b6, and we have bishop to d5 attack this queen. Queen goes to the e3, and Carlsen give check. And if Giri goes to the corner, then he would lose the queen with rook to e2 or rook to g3. So he goes up, and Carlsen plays rook to g4, and looks like he haven't achieved anything, but actually this is a little trap. For example, if Giri plays something, some move like this, Carlsen can give check, and this is the only move, and he will pick up this queen. So that didn't happen in the game. Instead, we have king to h2. We have f4, Carlsen advanced his pawn. We have queen to d4, and after rook to g5, which is the slight mistake according to computers, we have rook to d6. Carlsen plays f3, passed pawns must be pushed, and again Giri plays rook to d7, rook to f5, put his rook behind the passed pawn, and again this is the final trap for Giri, because again this knight is pinned to the queen, and if Carlsen don't pay attention, he will gonna lose this rook. But of course Carlsen sees that, and he plays rook bishop to a6. We have rook to d1, knight to e5, and after queen to h4, f2 by Carlsen, king to g2 stopping the promotion, but Carlsen give check. Giri plays king to f1, and after rook to c4 check, Giri plays king to g2, and after promotion he resigns. And Carlsen didn't move his king probably 25 moves. shield his king around his pieces, and he shows how 3 pieces are better than the queen. So this is the game. I hope you enjoy it and learn something new. See you soon. Bye.